Alright, hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Mindustry, Erekir. I got some tips on this one, and I think that they're gonna come very much in handy, because it looks like this zone is a little bit of a doozy. Now, I'm gonna go on ahead and say it outright, as well as try to put it in the description in each video from here on out, but tips, tricks, and stuff like that are okay. Just don't give me huge spoilers. Like, one of the tips that I got from somebody named Shadow in my Discord server, link in the description, by the way, if you want to join, gave me a couple of tips saying make sure the left side of the base has anti-air, make sure that everything in the bottom right has good projectile destroying targets, like sublimates, diffuses, that kind of stuff, and combine different types of units and defenses for the best kind of, reaction and defensive and offensive capabilities. That's the kind of stuff that I want in terms of tips. I don't want people to say, you're going to have tier 4 airs coming from the top left, or you're going to have tier 4 crawlers coming from the bottom right. Like, I don't want that kind of stuff. I want very basic, generic, here's a heads up of what you can expect that will give you good results, and nothing super spoilery based from that. But in terms of updates from the last time, we have ourselves a little bit of an issue in that the bottom right here, there are units coming from down here, and they kind of like tore straight up and through things because I was not prepared for units to be coming from the bottom right. So that's kind of the first step that we're going to do today. And then the second step is going to just kind of be scaling everything up, I guess. We have plenty of power, which is totally cool. And if we need more power, we can make more power using these pyrolysis generators. We have plenty of like resources and stuff for that regard. So we really just need to scale this base up a little bit. We need more tungsten, for anti-air, for production, for units, for everything like that. We need more thorium, so I might boost these with some nitrogen. I don't know, I haven't decided on that one yet. We need more beryllium, but not really, I guess. I think this is probably enough for beryllium production, and then same for graphite production as well. But we definitely need more defenses down here, so I'm just going to take this wall that we already have, and I'm just kind of going to extend it up this way a little bit. I'm probably going to, like, fully wall the rest of this whole thing off, and then put a row of turrets and everything up here as well. That way the crawlers won't be able to just steamroll me completely. And then we're going to add some anti-air, some disperses, up here as well, because that's kind of what was said to me, was we want some good, strong anti-air. And then I'm also going to add a couple of sublimates into the mix down here. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet, but that's probably going to be a pretty good idea. Apart from that, I don't really have anything else to update you guys on right now, so I'm just going to extend this wall. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to put some anti-air, and if anything interesting happens, I'll come back to you guys. So here's kind of a somewhat important update, I suppose. We have tier 2 crawlers coming in from the southeast, and I do not yet have my defensive wall set up, so we're kind of relying on my units to actually take care of all of that at the moment. And they're doing a good job, until the unit production, the enemy unit production, starts to upscale. Then we're going to start having a little bit of a problem. But by the time that happens, we will more than likely have the defensive wall all set up and ready to go. Another problem that I'm seeing here is that we do not have enough silica, and the entire base is a mess. So getting more silica is going to be slightly problematic. I know I've talked about it a lot with this game, but I dislike how much it encourages spaghetti. And that's really kind of what, like, has to happen in order to do good in this game. You gotta have spaghetti. And is it a fun, like, is it a fun challenge? Yes, it's a fun challenge. But man, I wish it was easier to stay organized in this game. Anyway, that's the units that are coming from here. Nothing's come from the southwest yet, and nothing has come from the northwest yet. So if anything happens in that regard, I'll go on ahead and give you guys that update. So we just hit the next milestone of enemy unit production, and then the next one that it says is enemy air unit production. So that means we're going to start having air units coming in from the northwest, and that's actually fine, because I just got to a point where I can begin upping my tungsten production, which means we can have more tungsten for ammunition for anti-air turrets. So we're going to go on ahead and get that started here. And by get that started, I mean we are going to activate this guy. We're going to pull this on up and into the system here, because we have ozone going down here to sublimates for defense. I'm probably going to want some sublimate defenses down here as well, now that I kind of think-thonk on it a little bit. Nothing over here is super damaged yet, so that's real. These guys are all still fine, of course, because why would they not be fine? Doesn't even look like they're damaged at all, is good, but they can't go down here. These guys can only go down here, and there's an enemy shield, so I can't really do anything about that until I can take out the shield. So these guys are just kind of base defenders at the moment, I suppose. And then we should go on ahead and get started on my actual air defense. So I'm going to get some of these guys set up around here, and then I'll bring you guys back in. Okay, so I made this, like, sort of tileable anti-air blueprint. It's just got 2 disperses. We're overclocking them with water. Oh no, what happened here? How did graphite get in the line? How did silica get in the line? How is this happening? Oh, I see how it's happening. Oh, I split the line off too soon. Or too late, rather. Okay, well, I'm gonna fix that really quickly. Because that needs to not occur. And that needs to not occur rather quickly. So that things can be operational when the bad guys get here very soon. I guess I can just plug it in there, and then I can kind of take this the rest of the way up. That'll work, right? Yeah, that'll work. Alright, cool. And then I can take all of this and put it in the core. I guess I kind of didn't have to do that with the graphite, but I did for the silica. We're pretty low on that. But anyway, I think the northwest is kind of fine from anti-air for now. The southeast is still doing good. The sublimates are obviously absolutely destroying things. So I think kind of the next thing that we should focus on is, first of all, an upgrade to the amount of storage that these guys can hold. And then, second of all, an upgrade to our units. And I think Shadow mentioned that I should go to the bottom right base first. So we're going to go with tier 2 crawlers, I think is going to be a really good option. It's kind of our only option other than doing tier 3 crawlers, which, I mean, I guess we could do the Prime Fabricator and do tier 3 crawlers, but at the same time, I feel like that's a little bit overkill, if I'm being honest. And do we have... We do have the tier 4 now. So we could do tier 4s and just have that be the thing. Mech Assembler, that's what it is. So it takes 5 of the first one, some cyanogen, and some titanium walls. So that's not too bad in terms of a price cost, a price point. I'm worried about time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very worried about time when it comes to that. Looks like this is also struggling for some water, so I'm gonna go on ahead and hook in some more water to this system here. Yeah, see, look at that. They barely get far at all. Why have I not been using ozone sublimates before? That seems like a bit of an oversight on my part, I guess. I'm gonna do some more digging into like the units and the options that we have, and then I'll bring you guys back in once I have something kind of solid. Well, I think this is noteworthy. I don't quite know what these are. I think these are the tier 3s. But there are 4 of them, and they are doing something very, not good to me. I came down here and there were a bunch of things that were just kind of destroyed, and I saw a bunch of particles and stuff just kind of coming out of the void. And that made me just a touch nervous, so I think I'm gonna add in a couple of like this regen projector and stuff, and just kind of make sure that that, you know, doesn't continue to happen. And in that, I'm going to use this blueprint that I have, that I now know these will not back up. So, what I can do is I can just, like, take this ozone and plug it into the ozone line, and then I can take this hydrogen, and I can split some of it down here to the regen projector, and then obviously regen projector need power. And then I can put the rest of it into the hydrogen that goes to the miners that I'm now setting up for more tungsten. I did decide to go for tier 4, what's it called? Tier 4 crawler units to go down into the southeast base. So I have a little bit of a plan already getting laid out. But I need tungsten for it, so with the tungsten comes the need for a bunch of other stuff, and that's why this is going on over here. Also, it's looking like beryllium is suffering, so I might add some more beryllium mining to my operation and get a little bit of that going. But overall, that's kind of the one thing that was noteworthy. We haven't had any anti-air issues yet, but now that I said that, it's probably going to happen pretty quickly. So stay tuned. We have a problem. There are aerial units in our not air defense area. So this is a very large issue that I'm gonna try to deal with as fast as humanly possible. I think it might, honestly, yeah, no, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Give me my units. Bring them over. Oh my gosh, that's so many of them. They're all dead. All of my units are already dead. They're all already dead. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is very bad. This is very bad. And there was tungsten that bled into my graphite line, so I don't even have units being produced right now. This is not good. This is a not good situation that we're in at the moment. one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to go on ahead and build this all anyway. At least I'm going to try to. Ah, great, of course. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is very bad. This is not good at all. And there's not really anything I can exactly do about this. This might just be a loss. I mean, I guess I can, like, try to kind of add these guys in discrete locations, like as fast as I can. And then that's gonna poison that line, which I can fix using a bridge. But then I still have, like, a bunch of these guys just kind of wreaking havoc all over the place, and there's not really anything that I can do about it. I mean, like I said, I can kind of add these in discrete locations and try to take them out from there. But, like, they just melted through all of my units, so... See, and then that's gonna happen, so that's good. My power's offline. Why is my power offline? Oh, my power's offline because I have no slag. Oh my gosh, this is bad. And he's still just chilling down here, and there's nothing I can really do about it. This is the thing that I absolutely hate about Erekir, is you make one single mistake, and you just suffer for it. There, okay. Crisis is currently somewhat avoided. Let me get my builder out and see what I can do to kind of reconcile this, I guess. I don't have enough oxide to do the builder blueprint. I'm gonna have to go through and fix things by hand, and if I end up being unable to do so, I'll bring you guys back in and let you know. So, the enemy air units took down a lot of key infrastructure, including my power grid, which made it hard to get back on my feet, my hydrogen production, a couple of other things, and mainly my tungsten production and my oxide production, because it took out my hydrogen and ozone production. That led to a resonant cascade where I no longer had production for ammunition of my southeastern wall, and yeah, they cut through my southeastern wall. They're in the heart of my base now, so this is officially a loss. On the bright side, I know what I did wrong, and I know what I need to do differently next time. Mainly, I need to not prioritize defenses on the southwestern portion of the south of the map, and I need to prioritize defenses on the southeastern portion of the map instead. In addition to that, I need to get an organized production of hydrogen and oxide flowing early on in the game. And I need to extend my anti-air farther south than I had initially anticipated. And take this guy offline so that he just dies. I am going to use the last of, like, my resources here, I guess, to research anything that I can. Like the carbide for the flux reactor, and for the extra core. And it looks like that's all I can research. So that is officially a loss, unfortunately. There's nothing that I can do to recover from this. The next wave is already coming in. So next time I'm going to do things a little bit better. I'm going to try to just get to this point before I start the recording process. But that's very unfortunate. One thing that I definitely need to note about Erekir versus Serpulo is the fact that it is very punishing. In Serpulo, if you make a mistake, it's not really that hard to recover from. Because in the defense zones, there is only one area that the units can come from. So even if you make a mistake and your wall isn't super fortified, you have a linear path that the units are taking to get to your base from there. In Erekir, it's very much different. It's very, very much different. The previous zone, was it Siege? Yeah, it was Siege. It's very much different. If you make the smallest mistake, like the smallest mistake, all I did in that case was not extend my anti-air far enough south, and it cost me the entire run. So one mistake is just so punishing in Erekir. But on that rather sour and sad note, that is going to be it for today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag. Sadly, the zone is not. But I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can make some better progress. Later, y'all.